India is building a CBDC. It will be out in the next 2 years. It will be built on blockchain technology.
Do you see cryptocurrency, say by 2030, becoming mainstream? I go and buy a pizza using my Bitcoin. Will it ever happen, which was promised 10 years earlier?
No. And I'll tell you why. India does not want you to use Bitcoin.
Right, right. So, you discuss a lot about cryptocurrency. You have been an investor, evangelist. Uh, Crypto has been around for last decade or so, and it has a lot of advantages: decentralization, privacy. Um, but for a common Joe, average middle class, say Indian person, uh, all we see is a place where which can an asset class which can double my money overnight. Uh, do you see, and even the governments are wary of this particular asset class because it will reduce their ability to sort of tax and track those transactions. India specifically have not been a proponent of crypto, and they've introduced some taxes which almost kills all the intraday trading, especially in the crypto space. So, do you see cryptocurrency in say near future, say by 2030, becoming sort of mainstreams? It has been, it is being used in uh, sort of in some cases of money laundering, underground web spaces. But do you see it becoming mainstreams? I go and buy a pizza using my Bitcoin. Will it ever happen, which was promised 10 years earlier?
No. And I'll tell you why. India does not want you to use Bitcoin because you live in the nation state of India. You have to use their currency and their laws. When you live in the nation state of Bitcoin, use its currency and its laws. These are actually digital nation states, and they operate in very similar ways. And once you apply economic frameworks to them, they work. But so you're living in two states, or call it crypto land and fiat world. So no, you won't get to do that. But the moment you live in crypto land, you can do whatever you want, and you use your currency. We're finding that now. But if we see where the the bigger trend, people need to understand here.
Can you explain that with an example? What is crypto land and what is fiat land? Like fiat land is quite clear. What is crypto land?
Crypto land is if we take the states of Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, and the other big countries, right? They all have their own system of currency. They all have their own system of taxation, which is gas fees. Some of them have fully developed financial markets like Ethereum, which has a decentralized finance, which is a banking system. It has a government yield curve. They all have monetary policy, which is the tokenization schedule. You have people building on that economy. So you have companies building using the infrastructure of that economy, and those are the applications layers. We're finding particularly in Ethereum, and now Solana, but more Ethereum, that we use it as a currency in Ethereum world. We buy NFTs, they're priced in ETH. That's really interesting. That was not something I expected to happen so fast. But we think of things in crypto land priced in the domestic currency of crypto land, much like you would think about whatever you pay for in rupees in India. So this is more in line with what I was talking about how humans organize themselves online. Is we are societal creatures by nature. We've created these digital societies. So these are these nation states within which maybe the Taylor Swift economy but digital economy can run within this. So, okay. Now, as you're scaling the network, who's frozen there? Okay, sorry, somebody froze. As you're scaling the network, we get to benefit from the network growing. That's like being investors in Amazon as they built out their business. Okay, great. Nothing wrong with making money from investing in a network and being an active participant. The more people in the network, the more activity, the more secure the networks are, the more scale, the more use cases. So this is all good. The more the price goes up, the more people can build, and you're growing an economy. But India is building a CBDC. It will be out in the next 2 years. it will be built on blockchain technology. So we're pretty used to UPI, but CBDC is basically the cash replacement, the final mile. And the idea, I think, is that you have a kind of a digital representation of rupee notes, and you can just
That has
kind of
already
flick.
been launched this year. Yes.
It has been launched.
Pilot version, it's launched. Yes.
That's right, in the pilot version, but it's not fully rolled out yet. But this is on blockchain rails. And we will see a lot of the applications both at the state level. In the end, in 10 years' time, all Indian equities be listed on blockchain technology. Why? Because it's a much more efficient way of managing transaction processes, settlement layers, all of that stuff. So why would it not? When I speak to pretty much every single financial institution, they're like, yeah, as soon as we get regulatory clarity, we want to move everything across to these rails. Okay, that's super interesting.
If you want to stay on top of the latest AI news and tools, make sure to subscribe me now and press the bell icon.